guys, welcome back to Two Girls, One Bong.
The podcast that's better if you're stoned, and if you're not, I will make all of your electronics stop working simultaneously. My name is Mac Dizzle.
And I'm Joya. You might recognize us from your favorite viral video, or you might have been watching our content for the last 9 years.
If you are new here, welcome. We are the original two girls. My God, everybody wants to take two girls and do stuff with it now, 10 years later. It's fine. It's not fine. I'm angry. The original two girls. Like she said, like my dear other half of two girls said, we've been making this content together for almost a decade. We've been rocking with this name for almost a decade. So put some fucking respect on it. Anyways, I'm not even going to get into why I'm so angry about that today. You guys are just going to have to wonder. My name is Mac Dizzle.
Yeah, and I'm Joya. Let's dive on in. We could talk about what's going to happen to y'all if you're not stoned.
Oh.
Which is that Mac Dizzle is going to make all your electronics stop working simultaneously.
Okay, wait. So hold on. Two things. I'm having an ADHD moment because something just popped up and they said, try out experimental AI features.
No.
Is there a no and I hate AI option?
No, and don't show me this anymore.
Don't recommend this for anyone ever again.
It's from your computer?
Yeah, it was from this program that we're using.
Oh, I haven't gotten one of those.
Anyways, so electronics. If you're looking at my camera thinking, wow, Mac, you look really lovely today. First of all, you'd be right. But second of all, you'd be wrong, okay? Because it's not the camera I want to be using today. I had very different dreams and hopes to be using my good camera because what did I do? I charged my motherfucking batteries and I prepped for this because I streamed yesterday and it was working just fine yesterday. But anyways, I came in, it wasn't working. I cried a little bit. If there's one thing that can almost guarantee make me cry, it's my electronics not working. The level of frustration that I feel because I am not a scientist.
Right.
I'm just a girl.
And we rely so heavily, even if you don't have a job in like that requires technology for the whole thing.
Your lights are technology.
Everyone relies on technology. And when the technology is not cooperating and you have no fucking control over it, oh my God. Rage.
One time I got home from they were like doing like electricity tests in my neighborhood, so they turned off all the electricity in my neighborhood. And they were like, look, it's going to be off until 5. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Bitch. What time was it at?
It was like all day. The whole day we didn't have power. So like there was stuff sitting in my fridge that needed to be re-refrigerated at that hour when it came back on, right? And so my fridge wasn't turning on. And I was like, well, this is the power company's fault.
Yeah.
If all of the stuff in my fridge goes bad because you turned off the power and now my fridge doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that in your brain that probably isn't correlated and I shouldn't be calling you and asking why my fridge doesn't work. But I don't know who to call. Okay?
Because it was working.
Company.
It was working before you did this.
Yes.
And then you did it and now it's not.
This is me on the phone, kind of drunk, filled with rage, trying my best not to verbally abuse the human on the other end of the phone.
Right.
I try so hard, but if there's one person in society who does get my wrath from time to time, every time, it's the robo voice on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I read a meme once. They're like, how you interact with the robotic voice on a phone is who you are as a person. And I got to tell you, I am a bad person. I don't show that robot voice a lick of respect. None. I hate her. I hate hearing the voice. I'm like, supervisor, connect to human.
Yeah.
Human.
Speak to representatives. Speak to representatives.
Just yelling, representative. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again? Nothing.
Oh my
God.
Can
make my blood boil more than the automated fucking call systems. So I read that meme and I was like, ooh, yikes. I hope that's not what God's doing up in heaven. He's like, well, here are your recordings.
Oh my fucking God.
Recording you've had with those robots. And he's just going to be looking at me like this, like,
Look at the material. I'm sorry.
Honey, like there's not a lot I can do here.
But you know who you are nice to is your Siri. You tell
I
Siri
am
please and
very
thank
polite.
you.
I do. I do. I'll even go the extra mile of like holding down the button again to be like, "Thank you, Siri." Because here's the thing. When it comes down to it and the takeover happens, right? I'm going to
Yeah,
suck up to the people in power. Siri, she's going to be up there. The robocaller, that's just a regular fucking grunt. She doesn't do anything.
that's
She's not
fair.
going to be in charge.
That
You
makes
know,
sense.
I don't
Yes.
respect her.
How
I
many
don't
different
respect her.
how many different robocallers are there? There's so many. There's only one Siri.
There's only one Siri, and that bitch lives in everyone's phone, and she's listening to you.
I love you, Siri. Don't be mad
Anyways,
at
and so
me.
Siri knows that I hold her
In high regard. Yes.
in high regard.
Yes. That That is so fucking funny about the tweet about the I keep want to say RoboCop.
With the robocaller, it's like
Yeah.
how you interact with automated phone systems is who you actually are as a person, and yikes.
I
Yikes,
start
yikes,
off
yikes.
nice with them, but I definitely do get
It
angry
escalates.
if it's not
One
because
time,
you're not
go
listening
ahead.
to me, bitch. No,
Yeah,
I'm
no, they're not listening. They're not.
yeah,
So
exactly.
one time, I had a robocaller, and they were like, "This call may be recorded for
Quality
training
assurance.
purposes." And I
Yeah.
literally was like, "I hope you record this, and I hope you play it back. This is a fucking joke!" Like just going off on these people, and I really hope that they either A, used it for training, or B, got a good laugh out of it, because that
hope
message machine got it that day.
I hope they used it to improve their robocaller. I hope they took it to their engineering team and said, "Guys, we need to do something about this because we cannot have another one of these."
See, like someone like her, she might come shoot up the place. All right,
Yeah, this
so
lady's
we gotta
crazy.
do something about
Are you
this.
guys hearing this?
Do you hear the rage in her heart?
Hopefully she doesn't find us. She's crazy. Do you want to take a bong rip?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, please. I've been
I'm
wanting to
so-
take a bong rip since we sat down.
I'm so proud of you for persevering through the technology hiccups
I
because what a
I
fucking
broke a
pain.
couple things. So
What did you break?
so once I finally got the battery out of the camera, it fell onto the ground, and I was looking at it on the ground, and I said, "You don't deserve that." I wanted to go light it on fire. If you actually want to know like my thought process, I was like, I don't have enough time to light these things on fire, and also Rajul is going to be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
I'm just sitting outside rage burning like 2 batteries. And burning batteries, I also thought, I was like, that's like lithium. That can't be good. I'm
No.
not going to burn these batteries.
Like it
And so
might explode.
Yeah. I walked into my living room, and there's like this Tupperware like bucket that I've been draining my plants water into. And it's just like
Mhm.
sitting there. So I chucked them as hard as I could at the bucket, in the bucket. And it broke the bucket.
Nice. And you broke the bucket.
Yeah, broke the bucket.
Dude, that's like
It's not that bad. It didn't break my technology. I said, this is cheap, and I will take my rage out on the plastic.
absolutely. Especially, yeah, and you said you were on your period, on your cycle,
I am.
which
But
just
to be fair, I'm way worse like the week before. Week before, I might have broken the camera.
that's
Like,
kind
I
of
might have just like hulked it. Like, hulked it and broken the camera in half, like a fucking phone book. Yeah. And then
Well,
I
I'm
cried a little
glad-
bit, but it wasn't like a real cry. I
yeah,
told you.
exactly. Right.
It was like a cry abortion. A couple tears showed up here, dabbed them up. They didn't leave the face.
Exactly.
It was not alive to your birth.
Gone before you know it.
Also, somebody, I'm so sorry, because I'm
I
gonna
know.
respond to comments.
I know what you're about to say. Go ahead. Keep going. Continue.
gonna
Wait.
respond to
Bong
comments.
rip first.
Yes.
Bong rip first.
If you leave a comment here saying something I disagree with, I am so sorry. I might drag you.
You put yourself out there. Cheers.
Anyways.
Love you.
somebody left a comment on one of our recent videos. And I guess we had talked about abortion being healthcare.
Which it is. It is. Yeah, when you were like, abortion is what? And I said fundamental.
Fundamental.
But we were talking about Who the Fuck Did I Marry? And that girl had to have
the miscarried
yes,
thing yeeted from
what
her
do they call
body.
it? A DNC.
What is that? What is a DNC? Tell me what the D and the C stands for.
Dilation and curettage procedure.
So what does that mean?
It expels the fetus. It expels the fetus.
An abortion.
Yes. Yes.
So that's like the technical term for it.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean,
because that's what you're. In some cases, you are doing an abortion in that sense, because there's different ways to have an abortion. There's the chemical abortion, and then there's the physical, like removing abortion.
Well, yes. And also, I don't even know. That is an abortion because there are doctors in Texas and other states that have outlawed abortion that are not performing those procedures because they fall under the abortion umbrella.
Thank you, yes, Joya.
Yes, this person that commented was saying that an abortion is not the same as a DNC because an abortion is killing a live baby. In quotations, if you're not watching, I'm putting quotes up to this person.
In quotes, killing a live baby. We have a pro-lifer in our comments. I don't know how they found their way here.
I don't know either. You're not welcome, girl.
Not.
Like, could not be farther from a pro-lifer, honestly.
Could not be further.
But
I might just go get an abortion tomorrow just for fun.
5 years ago, me would have said that. I think now, if I got pregnant, I think I'd keep it. But
I think I would too, because I really like RuPaul.
Yeah, we're in a different place. Definitely me 5 years ago, I would have been like, kill it immediately. But no, this person said that us saying that a DNC is a form of an abortion is offensive to people that have had miscarriages.
I don't think abortions are offensive. That's the first problem. It's like you being like, don't call him gay, as if being called gay is a bad thing.
Exactly that.
Take the stigma off the whole situation, and guess what? It'll be easier to be a woman, I promise. If you yourself as a woman in the comments take the stigma off abortions and stop trying to nitpick what is and what isn't, your life will get easier. Believe it or not. I know it seems like it's going to make it worse. It won't. I don't know where in your brain the being allowed to make choices for yourself is bad for you.
Right.
But I promise it's a good thing. It's a good thing, because if the government one day decides like, hey, if you are a donor match for politicians, you have to give you your liver, your kidney, your whatever. You're going to have a problem with that, right? Because somebody else using your organs to live, not that chill. Right?
That's so fucking terrifying to think about.
Right. So let's stick with this whole thing where we get to make decisions for our own bodies, because this seems like a pretty rickety, rockety slope that we're on. I understand I'm getting a little bit hyperbolic. However,
no, but that's what happens. That is what happens. Obviously, yes, it is hyperbolic to say eventually politicians are going to take your organs for themselves.
Start harvesting our organs. I get it.
Yeah.
But
repeat it a million times in my head. But we just had a technical difficulty, but we were just talking about the government overstepping fucking boundaries.
Period.
And what I was going to say is that when you give, this makes me sound so fucking like conspiracy theorist, but I don't fucking trust the government. And I think when you give the government a fucking inch, right, exactly, nobody should. When you give the government a fucking inch, they take a fucking mile. And literally, they have been given so many inches in the last 5 years, and it is not completely out of the question to say that they would do some fucking outlandish, crazy shit down the line. Especially
hear
with
like
the power
whispers
that the U.S. has.
And so I don't know if these are real whispers or these are whispers of liberals alleging Republicans are saying this, but I've heard whispers about banning birth control.
Yeah. No, that is not made up.
It's a real thing that Republicans want. They don't want birth control. A small sect of Republicans.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like there's certain
most
states
Republicans
where
want abortion and all that stuff. It's just these small places, and like, because if you look at the country as a whole, 75% of us want some form of an abortion.
Right. Right.
It's very high.
Yeah, there is absolutely a common ground. What's that word? Compromise
Yes. And so
on
they were like, okay, at
abortion,
6 weeks or 9 weeks, that was like the
which is not enough.
federal.
Which
No,
is not enough.
I think
I think.
as a
Go
person
ahead.
who has had an abortion, I think mine were found at 9. And I think that was like the cutoff at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like,
Mm-hmm.
they were like, okay, we have to do this now type
Now,
stuff.
yeah.
Or it might have been 8 weeks. I'm not sure. But
I mean, as
um,
somebody with a super light period, like, and I'm on birth control to be fair,
I
but
was
even
on birth
before
control.
you
That's why
weren't.
it was a confusing situation to me, because I was on birth control. So I was like, that doesn't make sense. I shouldn't be
Exactly.
pregnant.
Totally.
So
And
it
that's
was
what
very
makes it.
confusing.
Yeah, like as somebody with a super light period that literally is like, and it's semi-regular now, but for many years, for the last 10, like it has been all over the place. And sometimes I went 6 to 7 months without a period.
Girl, no,
So
and what's crazy is during one of the situations I had, I was feeling sick. I was having morning sickness, so I was like, this is weird. But then
mhm.
like a couple days later, I got a period. I had like a full-blown period.
Weird. Super weird. So that's the thing. It's like
Your
our
body
bodies are
do
so
so many different abnormal things during that process that it can just like be like, oh, there's no way. I just had my period. No,
totally, and
wrong. It
so
was a
many
phantom
things
period. It was fake.
fucking nuts. There's just so many things that affect our hormones and our bodies in so many different ways. And so I feel like the common ground, like the compromise could be no, like third trimester abortions. I feel like that everybody can agree on that like if the baby can survive out
Yeah,
of the
if the
womb,
baby can
then
survive outside of the womb, we shouldn't be destroying that. That's kind of
right.
crazy to me. But if it can't
Right.
survive without the mom,
And
fetus the fetus.
she doesn't want it, like, dude,
Why would you
I just
want someone who doesn't want it to have it?
it makes no sense when we
It's so
already have.
confusing.
That is why I seriously, like, when it comes to abortion, I am like, I cannot even begin to entertain the other side. I'm so sorry.
I
I
remember hearing a
do.
story of a girl who was a survivor, who was whose mom did the pro-choice or pro-life thing and had her rapist's baby. And her
Mhm.
mother hated her. All
Mhm.
the time her family member would point out how lucky she was to be
Oh,
alive.
fuck,
And
dude.
it's just like,
Oh,
that's sick. Why would you ever want to be the child of a rapist? Like, why would you bring a child into that world? Like, that's so bizarre to me.
that
Like,
is
I understand, like,
so.
there's some people who like just want to be a mom and this is their moment and that they have the power and the love in their heart to do that. Me personally, I wouldn't ever be able to look that child in the eye without feeling hatred and trauma and
Resentment and
rage.
yeah. Mhm. That's so sad. That's
Like, why
so,
would you
so,
ever
so,
want to
so, so
force
sad.
someone to endure? That's so weird.
Let alone, so we're talking about when we're talking about right now adult women, when these people actually want
Kids.
10-year-olds to have children. I mean, that's when
Yeah.
I got my period when I was 10.
Yeah.
And there's girls who get it younger. There's girls who get it
Mhm.
at 8 or 9.
There was a girl in my
So
class who had boobs in 4th grade.
I had boobs in like
Yeah.
second. I got a training bra when I was
Full-grown
like 7
boobs.
years old. Yeah.
Her name was Gabriella. Shout out.
Aw. Shout out Gabriella. I'm sure she was sexualized from a young age
I'm sure
because
she was, but not by me and my friends. We were just like, that's
right.
Gabby.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
Gabby.
yeah. As girls, you don't freaking.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is why that's like with the fucking abortion thing, I literally just can't even, like, if you genuinely think that children, because even if a like 12 or 13-year-old has consensual sex, you actually think that kid should be forced to have a fucking kid. They're 12. Like,
And
what are you
what's
talking
consensual in the mind of a 12-year-old? I get it. 12-year-olds fuck each other. But that's not, like, we can't just sit here and be like, that's consensual. I don't.
It's not right. Exactly. They're kids.
They're kids. They're fucking kids.
It does. It
There's a reason we
truly
don't try
baffles me.
children as adults in law, and it's because their
Mm-hmm.
brains.
Mm-hmm. Their decision making is not the same
And yeah.
as
So
an
I don't know
adult.
what we call sex with minors. I think we just call it that, minors having sex, because I don't. It's not. Consent is such a muddied word there, where like because I
Mhm.
was a minor doing that, obviously,
Yeah, me too.
but I don't look back
A
on
lot.
that like that was a really good choice for me.
No, same, same,
You know,
same. Yeah,
and if
totally.
I had my brain now, I would not make those choices again.
Yeah,
You know, in some cases,
yeah.
maybe in others, I would, and it would have been a situation of consent. But
I think I probably would have waited till later in high school, I think. But I mean, yeah, the fact
10 year
is
olds,
kids are fucking.
kids are fucking. Kids are doing
And then
drugs.
also and there's also yeah, they are. And there's also kids who are abused. And what about them?
What
Like we're
about
just going to
them?
tell
Why
them,
are
"I'm
they just
sorry,
forgotten? And do you think that
you have to
abused
deal with
child is
this."
going to come forward and be like, "Hey, I think I might be pregnant by Uncle Larry"? No,
Oh,
they're going to
I
hide that
can't.
for as long as they can, and then they have to have it. Sick. And you know what's also crazy is if you
This
actually
makes me
look at
want to
the statistics
cry.
of abortions, they haven't gone down. Nobody's getting fewer abortions. You want to know what happened? People started crossing state lines. The amount of
And
abortions
people start
across state
dying.
lines shut up.
Yep.
It doesn't
And
work.
yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. It's
Because guess what? As long as
so
California
sad.
exists, that people are going to have a place to go get abortions in this country. All right, it's in
Period.
the fucking Constitution.
Right. And thank God for that. Thank God for that. Because honestly, yeah, that's just, yeah, one of those things that I'm like, I cannot even talk to you about this because I genuinely, we will never see eye to eye. Like somebody who actually thinks that a baby is a blessing to a 10-year-old who was raped, I don't respect you. I don't respect
I
you.
don't respect you.
Anything you say after that
I
is
don't.
completely
I've
null
lost
and
all
void.
respect for you as a human being.
Done. Done.
I don't care what you do.
Like,
You could donate all your money to charity. You're still gross.
yeah. I
Yeah.
know. My dad's family is like Catholic. And so I
Mm-hmm.
know that they are like
Pro-life.
I just don't ever nobody talks about it. I don't say anything because I'm like, I will explode in front of all of you people.
I
How
told
about
you,
I
my
just kill
cousins
myself
try
in
me.
front of all of you and change the course of your life or
Just
what
kill
people say.
yourself and just burn yourself and just like scream like, "This is for abortion!" as you go.
But yeah, dude. I mean, that is like one thing that I just I will never budge on. Oh, I want to dab off your Puffco.
I wish I could share it.
Me too. My device is out there. Also, just so everyone knows, I have been basically to really switch the subject here. A while ago when I was in California, Mac Dizzle and I did the reclaim. It's on her YouTube channel. We got fucking obliterated. I got sick per usual when I crossed that line of being too high. I have basically been keeping Are you okay, friend? Okay. I have been keeping the reclaim from my rig just in my freezer, like ready to go at any point. So thank you so much for introducing that to me.
Thank you for guinea pigging that with me and finding out that you do fuck around and find out with
You
reclaim.
fucking big time. And I absolutely did.
But yeah, anybody out there who has like reclaim in their rigs or whatever, I used to throw all of that shit away. I can recommend that you collect and freeze it. That's all I have for you.
It makes for a super easy edible, especially if you're trying to save money.
Okay, I am a firm believer in twice baked. Okay?
Yes.
Like
Absolutely.
you vape your weed and then you eat your weed. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You're getting the best bang out of your buck.
What did we put on the tacos?
Weed, vaped
Did
weed.
we put vaped weed?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it worked. It was a lot more mellow than the reclaim.
Yes, definitely. I
It was a lot more mellow.
I didn't get sick that time, so I can see for sure. But yeah, that's another video on Mac Dizzle's YouTube channel. We ate vaped weed. And if you didn't know, I mean, I think probably most people that listen to this podcast know that if you have to heat up weed for it to be active in an edible. So if you heated it up and you didn't burn it to where it's ash, it's just been heated up, you can fucking eat that shit. It's
and you should.
Fossilized. And what?
And I said, and you should.
And you should. Exactly. Take advantage of your product.
Yeah, I feel like so much as a person who wasted a lot of weed in her career, I am now a person who really tries to savor as much as I can.
Yeah.
And being able to get high off your supply twice,
It's a
that's the
blessing.
Lord's work. That's what God wanted for
Truly.
us as his children.
As her children.
Her children.
Yeah.
As their children.
Just kidding.
As their children. As their child.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's the best thing to do.
And it is.
And I'm grateful that I've been taught such.
Well,
so
we learned together on that day. Because I'm sure there's other people who are doing. I didn't see any like viral moments of it anywhere, and so I was like, oh, cool. That's usually how I discover if I've like done it. Like, I do, believe it or not, try to make sure I don't copy people. Even if I come up with an original idea, I will try to look up and see if somebody else has already done it. Okay, because I do sometimes subconsciously take things in and then regurgitate
we
them
all
as
do.
they were my own thought.
Some people say there's never been any such thing as an original thought.
Well,
some people, like we're always being influenced.
First of all, here's an original thought: purple Humpty Dump clusterfuck Pringle thought in a belly button.
You pulled all of those.
Nobody's ever said that.
Fair.
That was an original thought.
You're right.
It was scattered and erratic, but original. Nobody has ever said that. Sequence of words.
Still a collection of other things that you have taken in.
Yeah, they were just things. They were just nouns. But it was an original thought.
You put them together in a special pattern and made them cute.
Yeah. What was I saying?
You try not to steal. So when you have an idea, you'll even
I'll look up and like try to like make sure that there isn't like this huge trend of people doing this. Otherwise, if it is, I'll be like, okay, this was inspired by blah blah blah, and I'll try to give credit where credit's due. So I didn't see anybody doing viral,
even though in that situation it's credit's not due because you had the thought yourself. So if you had to look it up to see if anybody else is doing it, it was your idea. But whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the internet is very mean and expects you to be perfect and hold. Like, everybody expects every influencer to be held in like the highest regard. Have you seen, oh my god, okay, have you seen that clip that's going around of Trixie and Katya talking about Plain Jane?
No.
Oh my god, you need to watch it.
Please tell me about it.
I won't be able to like recreate the moments because they're so funny. But they're just talking about Plain Jane and how she's sickening, and they're like, she's fucking amazing, and also yes, she's a bitch, but who decided that drag queens have to be? No, not yet. Who decided that drag queens have to be like, yeah, and like
the drag queens I knew and like watching from the early seasons, all were cunts.
Yes, like they're fucking bitches. It's great. It's like so entertaining. It's hilarious.
It's funny.
Like Katya was like, Plain Jane will just go up to. Or one of them, I don't remember, but Plain Jane will just go up to one of the other girls and be like, I know that we have never talked and we have no relationship whatsoever, but I just want you to know that you're not on the same level as the rest of us and you never will be. Now, give me your thought about Plain Jane.
Sister.
Wait, last week, you're not caught up?
I'm caught up.
Oh, you are?
Yes, okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Okay. Since the notice, I was really, really far behind on Drag Race.
If you're not caught up on Drag Race.
Drag Race spoilers. Not really, but kind of. But I wasn't caught up, and so I was like really, really behind. And I had a really good impression of Q. Q was starting to get on my nerves a little bit because
me too.
Like, I need to win. All right.
Yes, I love Q so much, but I agree.
Love that for you. So moving forward in the most recent episode. That's where I was like, okay, you don't get to be mad about somebody else's success. You don't like that. Saphira did a very good job. And guess what? Her flub, even with her flub, did better than your just steady. I think Saphira deserved to win. I'm really happy to see her win. I was stoked and a little surprised to see her win just based off of the critiques. But I think sometimes Ru does as Ru does and picks who she wants. And I really respected that choice because I think Saphira deserved it. That said, seeing how sour Q was about it, I was like, get over yourself, girl. You were not that good. Like, it's like, get over yourself. Delusion. I was annoyed.
They've definitely leaned into that as far as the storyline
Yes,
goes.
they're pushing that
And
hard.
I was just telling Adam last night, I love reality TV. Like, in general, you know this about me. I know
Yeah, because
that,
I'm sure if I
yes,
met
you love
Q
it
in
too.
person as a human, I would really enjoy them.
Yes. Oh, yes. Q is non-binary, huh? No
I don't
gender.
know. But morphine is
In
a
any case,
non-binary.
right, morphine is non-binary. But I was telling Adam last night how it's funny. I feel like I can tell now when people are just playing shit up for the show, and also when production is really pushing something and
Nitpicking it,
hammering it
yeah.
home. And I feel like the Q thing is definitely being hammered home for sure. Although obviously Q has said all of those
She's
things.
doing all of these things. She's making this
Yes.
space
And when she looks over at Plane, or
at Plane.
yeah,
Like,
like,
salty, salty, salty. I get, and then she says, "I'm gagged. Like, I'm happy for you, but I'm gagged." And
and she
then,
said that straight to Saphira. I'm
yeah,
like, oh my God.
yeah. So
I'm
they're,
gonna look up
I don't know
Q's
that they're,
gender.
I don't know that they're playing a storyline for Q. I think that is very much who Q is. Q thinks very highly of themselves, and that's fine, and you should. But like, it's annoying me to see you thinking that you should win all the time. Like, that's just not a cute character trait, you know? Like, I'm extremely competitive, and I know it's not cute. You know,
Yeah.
like, I understand that if I was on reality television, it could be painted in a light that makes me look catty, jealous, and a lot of different things, because it is, because I'm very fucking competitive.
Yeah.
And so I
Um,
understand that a lot of people would not like me on reality television. So I'm saying this knowing that in that breath. But I do think if I met Q as a person, I would really enjoy them. I don't know if there's a
I
single cast member that I'd be like, I don't like you.
I also I get what you mean by maybe people might not like you in reality TV, but I also think that everybody loves a super entertaining villain in quotes, because that's what happens when people don't like you on reality TV. You become
Yeah,
like
you
a
become the
villain.
villain.
Yeah, and I think that, like, because I honestly, I can't help it. I love Plain Jane. Like, I
I do
love
like her. So
her.
I did not like her at first because of the way that she was
Yeah.
coming for
Amanda.
Amanda. I
Yeah.
thought that was really a bully situation.
Yes.
I think Plain Jane knew the level she was on and could see the level Amanda was on, and she did not need to speak on it. I think she could have just
I
let it
agree.
play out how it played out. You did not need to
Yes.
be a fucking jerk to Amanda. Slay mama, I love you, Amanda.
Yeah.
That said, she has grown on me. Miss Plain Jane has grown on me because she's shown different layers, and the production has done a very good job at showing a human side to Plain.
Totally. Well, and I think Plain also, I mean, it's the beginning of her being such a fucking cunt was clearly
Yeah,
her coming in and making her mark on Drag Race.
and she
Her
did.
coming in and being a fucking
Everyone was talking
bitch.
about it. She was smart. She's good. She's good at
And
what she's doing.
she's sickening in every fucking challenge and
And
every
she's good.
fucking runway.
She's good.
She's never not at a fucking 9 out of 10 or more. 8.5 out of 10 or more.
I would
Like,
give
she's
her an 8
always
out of 10, maybe 7.5 on some. Like, she's always very, very solid. I've never seen her do poorly. But like,
bad.
as the judges said, I feel
Right.
like we hold her in a high regard because of how hard she came out.
Right. Absolutely. Well, yeah. And Michelle was like, even a bad day for Plain is not a bad day in
Yeah.
general. Yeah, I agree. I think in general, coming for when you know that you're at a certain level of a skill or a community or whatever, and you're coming for somebody who is still developing those
And she was
skills.
kind and sweet. It's not like
Yeah.
Amanda was going around like, you're rotted, I'm awesome. She was just
Yeah.
kicking with her girls, and just out of nowhere, I think Plain wants to fuck Amanda.
I could see that maybe.
Hear me out. It's the classic bully. It's the classic bully. The boys will bully the
Be
girls
mean to you.
that they like. And I bet that's what I thought. I was like, there's something weird here, and Plain wants to fuck Amanda.
Amanda. Yeah, that's
That's
funny.
all I could take from that.
You know what else I was gonna say too when you were talking about thinking you'd like Q in person?
Yeah.
Q got into a Twitter argument a few weeks ago with somebody, and she literally like just went the fuck off and was like, pull the fuck up, I will beat your fucking ass, you fucking bitch. Like, fully, yes, went off. And people were like, Oh my God, Q. Like, it's not something that you expect from Q on the show.
We're talking about beating up women?
No, I don't think it was. I mean, I don't know if it was.
Was it
I don't
another
know if it was a
gay?
girl.
That's fine. But when the gay men and others think that it's okay to beat up women, I have a very fucking big problem with that.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't know if it was. I think it was a fucking like Twitter page. Like I think it was like a faceless meme page, like that was talking shit,
just like a dick.
like they do.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes, just like a
Just
fucking.
troll.
Yes.
Got you. Because me personally, I will fight any bitch or man, but a man is not allowed to fight me.
Yes.
You just have to let me beat on you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I will never fucking. I will never raise my. I will never physically assault a man because.
Long time.
Period.
Yeah.
And so proud of you.
I told Rajul I wanted to punch him in the face a little while ago because we were in a really big fight and I was really, really filled with rage and he was laughing. Like he does this thing because he gets really uncomfortable sometimes when we fight and like the little kid in him comes out and he just like smiles and like laughs because he's uncomfortable. And I was like, if you don't stop, I want to punch you in the face right now. I swear to God, I want to punch you in the face.
Dude, why is it that somebody laughing when you're angry is like the worst thing ever? Oh my God. Because like, I'm like, why
I'm about to rip my chair's arms off. I'm filled with rage all over again.
Because yeah, when you said that, I was like, why the fuck would you say that to him? That is horrible. But then knowing, dude, when somebody's laughing at you, when you're, even if they're not doing it on purpose, when you're so angry.
I'm like, this is fucking serious.
Oh my God. What is it about that is like, because I have the same feeling. It hasn't happened to me in a long time, but dude, there were times that I've been extremely close to physically.
Well, I was expressing this to him in hopes that he could understand how angry it was making me. I was like, I need you to stop doing this because you're making me want to become physically violent with you, and that's not in my character. However, also I need to check myself because, hello, domestic, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you weren't going to actually do it.
No.
Well?
If he kept smiling, I can't speak. I'm just kidding. I don't think I would ever hit him, but
you would remove yourself before
I would hit the wall. I would hit something else. I would never hit him, but I might do like the boy thing where they like punch a wall and they let their rage out that way because I was fucking angry. But it got the message across to him. He understood. He said, I'm not trying to smile. I'm not trying to smile.
It's not, it's a fucking, it's like,
it's just a reaction. And I know it's a reaction of his because he grew up in a tumultuous household with a father who was kind of crazy. And so I know it's just a reaction that he reverts to, but
but the effect was still there.
I'm like, you don't respect me? You think I'm a joke. You think I'm a joke.
And when I'm upset, you want to talk about mothers.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I really apologize for saying that because I didn't mean it. Like I didn't actually I meant it, but I didn't mean it.
You were being communicative about like
the
how
feelings he was giving me in that moment.
Yes.
Like, this isn't working.
It wasn't a threat. It wasn't I'm gonna
No, I said I want to. I want to punch you in the face.
I'm just
you're making me want to hit you.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're not within fucking.
Because here's the thing: if he said that to me, it's a double standard. But it sounds so wildly inappropriate in any fucking situation to me because the repercussions of him hitting me versus me hitting him are two very different things. Like he's gonna be fine. I very well could die. So it's the weight is different, but I do feel like I do need to be held accountable. For saying that, and that it was completely inappropriate, and it's not an okay thing to say, and I should never say it again.
Right, absolutely, 100%. Even if you're just communicating, this is really bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. Like,
oh my God!
I need you on board.
I need you to understand what you're doing right now.
Yeah, totally. But because
like if I have a kid and they're like smiling and I'm like, I want to hit you right, that's not gonna work.
No, that's actually, that would be really bad. Yeah. Dude, that shit scares me all the time. I'm like, the
rage that I feel sometimes.
Just being like, when you're upset, like when I'm upset at my dogs who are.
The things I say.
Yeah.
They're like the phone operator.
Right.
Circling back. how you speak to your dogs in anger is who you are as a person.
Right.
I am a bad
Exactly.
person. I don't strike them.
Right.
I don't hit them. I don't do anything like they are very scared when I'm yelling. I won't lie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I want. I want them to know like this is ah! You know?
Yeah. I can end you. I actually recently, and I don't physically abuse my dogs either, but I did recently. Cash was jumping on a guest that was in my house. And so I kind of like flat foot kicked him, like with the top of my foot. Like
Oh,
I
just
was
like
like,
a
get
kind
away
of a
from.
nudge off. Like
Yes,
enough.
exactly. I wasn't like my toes. It was like the flat part of my foot. And I just kind of like,
Yeah.
and he jumped back and went, like it was like, dude, it was so funny. Like it wasn't like the immediate ow, that really hurt. It was like, why would you do that? Like it was
Did you
so
feel so
funny.
bad?
I felt horrible. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like it was just like a natural physical reaction. Like,
Yeah, you were just
oh my
trying to like
god.
put some distance between your dog and the guest.
Like
I
I was like,
get
stop.
that.
Like, ding, ding. And
Yeah.
he straight looked me in the eyes and was like, oh. I was like, oh my god. It was so cute, but I felt horrible. But yeah,
last
definitely
physical
want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to. I do want to. I want to go to therapy and deal with my
I need to learn how to
before
better regulate because I feel you
before
saw
kids.
it when we started recording today.
Yeah,
I was in tears, and it took 3 minutes for me to
Yep.
just say it's fine, and now here we are, and I'm jacked up and ready for life, like bipolar,
Slay.
probably, and that's okay. However, do I need to learn how to handle all these feelings? Yes.
The thing is, it's like, yes, you do. Everybody has work to do, but also you handled today like so much. Like when you take into consideration that you're on your period, your hormones are all fucked up. Like your emotions are it's hard to deal with when you're on your period. And you went me
You
and
know,
just fucking
just a
handled
quick
it.
little
Like
dip and then handled it. Just carried on with the
exactly.
day. Didn't let it take
Right.
over.
So, well, yes, you have work to do. I have work to do. We all have work to do. I'm really proud of, you know, how you did handle today. And
because
like,
I got on the camera and I was mid spiral.
right.
There, here's my tissue from wiping my tears. I was like
tear
I'm
abortions.
so frustrated. I like it was just working like 12 hours ago. Like I was
Dude, when
so
you
mad.
started getting teary, well, I obviously could tell that you were teary eyed and that your eyeliner looks fucking sickening. And so I was like,
don't.
I obviously wasn't gonna say it, but in my head, I'm like, oh, Magdalene, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's fine, it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Emotions are hard.
Emotions
With the brain,
are hard.
it's like honestly nuts.
How
Crazy.
do like people with like good mental health? What's that like? Like my mom, for instance, it's so funny. I was having a conversation with my dad the other day. And I told my dad to be nicer to him. I said something that really helped me in my little journey of like alcoholism and whatever else you want to call my journey. I've been like something that I've changed is I've stopped speaking to myself in a really, really unpleasant way. I started speaking to myself how I would speak to Rachel or, you know, who's my little
Someone you
sister or
love.
Joya, you know, somebody I love. I started thinking about how I speak to the people I love. And I started trying to speak to myself that way. And so my dad, I don't remember what he was saying, but I like stopped him and I was like, you know what, Dad? Something that you should try to do is you should be nicer to yourself because I know I am horrible to myself. And I know I did not get that from Mom. I'm sure Mom's brain is just like, you're the best. You've never done anything wrong. Anyone who doesn't like you is fucking nuts. And my mom was just like, do. And my dad, and I was like, so I definitely got that from you, Dad. Okay. And so I need you to just be nicer to yourself.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Because
That's
my
so
mom
funny.
lives in a land of really healthy delusion, I think. Because
it's actually how it is for my parents as well, but the opposite.
So your mom was really mean to herself and your dad was really confident?
My dad is my dad, the way you're like, she's like, you're the best. Anyone who doesn't like you is
wrong.
Literally, that's so my dad. Like he is like, Absolutely. I mean, I think he can, he can admit if he like made a
Yeah,
mistake
no,
or
my mom
something,
is not
but
like a delusional person, and she can
right,
like work on herself if people don't like her. I'm not trying to be like she's an idiot, but she's
right.
very
But
fucking sure of herself. She's very fucking
yes,
confident, and she does not see an issue with herself, and she
right.
shouldn't. And a lot of people do like her, you know. And so
Yeah.
like she
Yeah.
walks through life differently than me. People meet
Yeah.
her, and they're like you, Joya. She's like you. Like people just gravitate to you, and they're like friendly, kind, warm energy. Yes, like my
Yeah.
mom has that energy. I have my
Right.
dad's energy where I'm just like a cold,
Takes a couple
dark.
times. Takes a couple, yeah.
Well,
Takes a little bit.
if you work for it, I will
Yeah.
love you until you fucking die, and I will protect you
Right.
with everything that I have.
Exactly.
However, you gotta peel back the layers.
Yeah. Yeah. And the layers are not easy to peel back.
No,
It takes some effort.
it does.
Yeah.
Long time.
I do
But
love that
yeah.
about you. I feel like a lot of the people in my life, well, I guess besides Adam, but like a lot of the people that I love deeply are like that.
Yeah,
My sister
complicated individuals.
is well, my sister's not somebody you meet on the first time and you're like, oh, she's so sweet. I
Yeah,
love her so
people probably meet
much.
her and they're like, she's kind of a bitch.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah.
But she is fiercely fucking loyal and she's real as fuck.
Yeah.
And she absolutely will let me cry on her shoulder for any reason to give me the best advice. So it's
Yeah,
like,
and she just doesn't want to share that energy with people who don't deserve it.
exactly. Right.
You know? And Joya,
100%.
you do, and I respect you for that.
Thank you.
Because the world needs more Joyas. I'm too selective with my love. Joya will give you her love, all right?
I used to give it out a lot
I
easier.
feel like you still do in a different
do.
way. Like
I
you're
do,
just like if I saw you at the river, I'd be like, I know that if something happens to me, that girl is gonna make sure I'm okay. Like if I would feel safe just being like in your presence.
I'm gonna cry.
Because you just
Thank
have
you.
like Amazon, like
Not the Amazon.
I'm a girl's girl energy. Like that is who you are. You're like queen of the girls.
Thank you. Thank you, Meg Dizzle. Because I do take great pride in like being that kind of person. You know what that reminds me of? One time when we were at the high rise house, and I've probably talked about this in the podcast before, but Jenny, her name's Jenny. It's at She Flies High. She's a major sweetheart.
So sweet, angel.
We love her.
If anyone has
Yes.
anything bad to say about her, I don't believe them.
No, right. Literally, she's amazing. We were doing the, well, not us, not me and Mac Dizzle. Alicia was participating, but it was a smoke Olympics. It was like a stoner
I was
Olympics.
hosting that, wasn't I?
You were hosting, yes. So they had to do all these crazy things. Like it was fucked up.
It was a lot of weed being consumed on that day, and so for a tiny little
lot.
girl who probably doesn't consume that much on the reg, and there was
Mhm.
alcohol, like there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't participating. I was like, nope, can't.
I'm
do
drunk.
It. Sorry. Yeah, but I take immense pride in this story because she was not feeling well, and me and her are regular friends. We're not close,
like
we're
internet
just regular
friends, just like
yeah,
cordial.
exactly, yeah. And so she was feeling sick, and she told somebody to come get me to take care of her, to like tell her where to go and to help her. And I was like that made me so
yeah, no, but that's like the energy that you just have. Like, and so like while you might not be like overly friendly,
yeah,
you bring safety to the rooms that you're in.
You know what else too that I also have been beaming about in the last 2 weeks? I've had 2 people that I've known for more than 15 years text me and ask for advice on something. Like on a big thing in their life.
Wow.
And I've known both of them since one of them I've known since I was 12, 11, and the other one I've known since I was 14. And I was like, oh my God, like how I told them both, I'm so grateful that you feel comfortable like coming to talk to me about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes me really happy. Thank you for trusting me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, because you're bae, you know?
Period. Thanks, Mac Dizzle.
Absolutely. I will always give you your flowers.
Thank you. And I will always give you yours as well. You rock.
Oh, just the
taking Bong
creative genius and Mother Teresa.
I thought you were going to say just a creative genius and a clerical office lady. Because
No,
yesterday,
much more. Mother Teresa was like that girl.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so.
I don't know very much about her.
Me either. And lately, I feel like people have been talking about she was not that great.
Oh, shit.
I feel like I've seen people be like,
They
yeah,
were
she
like,
was not that great.
actually, she stole a bunch of money from the church and
Like something like that.
trafficked children. Wow. Do you follow boxing at all?
No, I do. I know about the big things because of Salvation.
Have you seen Ryan Garcia and I
Yeah.
think it's Gervonta? Okay,
Devin
yeah.
Haney?
So Devin Haney. It wasn't Gervonta Davis. I always get
Yeah.
Devin Haney and Gervonta mixed up. It's
They
just
look
because
alike,
they're
I
both
think.
short. Anyways, Devin Haney fighting not David Benavidez. What's his name? Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
I have the hardest
I'm
time
dying
with
that-
boxer names. It was
I'm
so
dying
funny.
that you just know all these names as well. It's
I
kinda
can tell
funny.
you more. Wait, but here's the thing, because I make up names for them sometimes. So
Uh-huh.
it's Carl Crawford is not his name. His name is Carl something else, and then there's a different guy who's Earl. I call him Earl Simmons Jones, but his name is Earl Spence Jr. Earl Spence Jr. But it's the same initials. Because one time I literally what happened is I was listening to him because my boyfriend will just watch these videos on his phone, right? And so I'm just like sitting next to him, like sponging this information. And so when I heard Earl Spence Jr., in my head, it registered as Earl Simmons Jones. And so when I was like, oh, so Earl Simmons Jones, I was like dead serious referring to him that way, thinking that I got the name right. And he was like, who the fuck are you talking about? It was like when you thought Blake Anderson was Carrot Top. Or you thought he was Shaun White.
Yes. Yes, I definitely would get. I mean, redheads are so easy to
He's
get
not
mixed
even
up.
redhead. He just has curly hair. Blake
Yeah, he
Anderson's
does have
a brunette.
redhead.
He's got light brown hair.
Oh, there's a fucking red tint in there, okay? It's a red tint.
It's not.
And he
I would
also
not
has-
classify him as a ginger, though. Like, Shaun White is the flying tomato.
Yes. Shaun White is the gingerest of all gingers, for sure.
It was just funny. But yeah, I said it with like
That
full
is
confidence.
hilarious.
I said it with like
Yeah.
full confidence. I was like, so Earl Simmons Jones and Carl Crawford. And those were not their names.
Both of the names were fake? Both of the names
Both
were
of
made
the
up?
names are wrong. I got the first name of the first guy right and the last name of the second guy right. Crawford is the last name. It was not Carl. I don't remember what his name is.
Who's the first guy?
Earl Spence Jr. I think. Am I getting that wrong still?
I don't know. No. Spence Jr. versus Crawford. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That is so. That's giving me. You know what it's giving me? It's giving me spice it up a bit.
It's spicy.
That's
I
what
just hear these boxing names and they just get like mush because I don't have any faces for people. I don't look at the videos, so I'm just hearing these names and trying to like remember information. And so David Benavidez and Ryan Garcia.
No, Devin Haney.
No, I know. So, but I said Devin Benavidez or Devin Benavidez now. It's any name.
I don't
Ryan
know that
Garcia
person.
losing his mind. Do you think
absolutely gone off his rocker?
Basically, what has happened, if you don't know, one of these fighters has come out and is basically going full QAnon.
Yes,
like talking about kids being R-worded in the woods, like really horrific, like describing really horrific things. And he says he had to watch it happen. And now he's speaking out and he can't give too many details because they'll kill his family. And like, this is a well-known boxer who has a fight coming up. And they're like, okay, we need to give you a mental eval. They're like, we need to give you a mental eval, Ryan. And he's like, no, no, I'm good. And I definitely think he's doing cocaine.
100%.
He's doing this in his videos. He goes like this.
Oh yeah.
That is number one upper activity. Like meth, cocaine, the nose scrunching. Adderall. If you see someone doing this a lot, either they have like a tick. It could just be a facial tick, or they're doing drugs. Yeah. If they do it sometimes and not other times, start paying attention if they're doing drugs. Or if it's like a high stress environment, sometimes that can cause a facial tick, you know?
Right. People. I
don't want you to start accusing people with facial ticks of doing drugs. However, Ryan Garcia never did this before. Mm-hmm. His whole life, he's been on social media and it just developed. So I'm saying cocaine.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I feel like yeah, it's the uppers induce psychosis. Like when there's too much of an upper, I feel like the
Because you
downers
don't
don't
sleep
do
sometimes,
psychosis.
and not sleeping can induce psychosis.
100%.
You
Yeah.
know, and
So that man
and
he's
here's something
gone.
you should know about fighters. When they're getting ready for a fight, they're not taking care of their bodies. They're actually usually doing really, really fucking terrible shit to it because they have to cut, they have to gain, they have to do
Yeah.
whatever to make weight. And that is a horrific, grueling process that is not good for you. And so who
Mhm.
knows what kind of regiment he's going through on top of doing drugs. And he keeps saying what's really my favorite part, he's like, I'm off social media. I'm done. I'm just gonna lock in and start training. And then like the next day he's on live.
I listened to a freaking recording of him and Andrew Tate. And it
Yes.
was you listened to it too?
Yes.
I was
I've
like,
listened to
how good.
everything. Rajul has been eating it up. It's like his
Okay.
Blueface and Krishan.
Adam was listening to it too, and we were in the car, and so I was like, we were both sitting there like, how is Andrew Tate the voice of reason in this situation? Like, of all people to be the voice of reason,
Don't
why
make
the
me
fuck
agree
is
with
it?
Andrew.
Literally, like, what are you? You're so fucking nuts that you have me here thinking Andrew Tate actually has decent thoughts in his
I'm
brain
like,
at
he's
any given
valid.
time.
What?
How? Yeah, that's so funny. Also, CTE is really real. So probably wouldn't take much. Somebody with some severe CTE doesn't take much to knock them off their rocker.
I don't think they should let him fight. I think that they are doing a disservice to mental health if they do. I know they're going to because everybody wants their payday, but
Exactly.
everybody says, "Oh, he's trolling. He's trolling. This is just for publicity." Like, there are other ways to troll.
Yes,
Jake
there
Paul isn't
are.
even posting this much, and he's about to fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
It's so sad. I saw a video of Mike Tyson trying to go down some stairs. The man walks with a cane sometimes. Sometimes he's in a wheelchair. I know
No,
he's putting out all this content. If you watch the clips that Mike Tyson is putting out, short, very fucking short clips, just The guy is almost 60. I think he
right.
might be 60. He's fucking old. Very, very fucking old. Had a long career of getting punched in the head.
57. Yeah, I mean,
57?
yeah,
He's
he's
57?
57.
Jake
Yeah.
Paul is 28?
If Jake Paul wanted to do anything to discredit his boxing career even further, even more than it's already been discredited.
It's fighting an 80-year-old man. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? He can't even go down the stairs without help. I watched a
Right.
video of him yesterday, and that his trainer like he's going down the stairs, and his trainer sticks his arm out to help him, and he grabs it to stabilize himself
What?
on the way down the stairs. He's on his Biden shit. He's on his Biden shit.
Oh my god.
It's
Remember when
bad
Biden
news bears.
remember when Biden fell off the bike?
Twice.
Have you seen that? Have I sent you this? There's this joke. This comedian is telling this joke and he's like,
Honestly, though, real quick,
yeah.
kudos to him for being so old and falling off a bike and bouncing back.
Yeah.
Because my Nana might not bounce back from a bike fall.
My
She's a
Nana.
little younger than him.
Yeah.
Feel me?
I mean, my grandma's 94, so in her defense, but she just fell and fucking really hurt herself, and she's like, not.
Rajul's Rajul's grandpa, because
Yeah.
his mom's older, so his grandpa's older, is like
Right.
95.
Yeah.
He broke his back falling down the stairs.
Oh my fucking god.
He's walking again.
Wow.
That guy
that's
is a
good
dog.
genetics, baby. That's great
He is a
genetics.
Dog. He refuses death. He refuses death. He said, back broken, it's fine. Let me out this hospital bed.
Give me a brace and put me on my way. Wow, that's amazing.
Anyway, so yeah, he's a real piece of work because it's just a bunch of old people taking care of old people. It's Rajul's mom taking care of this like 95-year-old man who refuses to like use a cane or a wheelchair.
Men are so proud. It's crazy.
I
That's
mean,
how my
I
dad's
get it though.
be.
Like, I think about this all the time, and I don't know if I'm starting to think about it too early, but like I'm trying to feel so much gratitude for my movement and my ability to move.
Absolutely.
I try to like sit in gratitude and like appreciate those moments. Like when I'm working hard and I feel myself working hard, I try to appreciate that moment where it's like, I can do this. I can do it.
Absolutely. That's amazing.
And so,
I'm so happy that you're having those thoughts.
Yes, I'm just trying to like sit in appreciation of having my body and having that movement,
It's
because
such
something
a
that I feel like
privilege.
I didn't do the best with for my career was like sit and like appreciate the moment. I feel like I
Yeah.
took some moments to do that and I don't like regret it necessarily,
Yeah.
but I do wish I took more time to really be like, wow,
Yes. Look
I'm so
back and be like,
grateful.
yes, look at what I
Because I
did.
have that gratitude now as I'm older and I'm
Yeah. It's
getting a
always
fraction
how
of
it
the views
goes.
that I'm getting. I'm so grateful for what I get now. And I
Yeah.
think I had to walk through the fire to get there.
Yeah.
But
Totally. I mean, it's just like a part of growing up. Like you just fucking see things differently. Hindsight is 2020.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like you
But
you
that's so with that 2020 hindsight, I'm trying to be like, okay, what is something I have right now that I might not have later?
yeah. Totally.
Movement, my
Yeah.
body, my mind. Like I'm just trying to
Absolutely.
be grateful of being able to walk up a hill.
Totally.
No matter how hard that hill is, just be happy that you can do it.
Uh-huh.
Because
Absolutely.
yeah, like I said, it's a bunch of old people taking care of old people, and so it's like his mom is in her 70s with a
Right.
guy in his 90s. All of her sisters are like around the same age, so it's just all of them trying to take care of this old man who refuses to
Yeah.
have like
Any
a
help?
nurse or whatever, you know.
Yeah. That's tough.
Tough.
Yeah. My grandma
My
has
poor
like a
grandma
live-in
is taking
nurse.
care of my poor grandma's taking care of my papa,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's
Who
like
has dementia, right?
62. Yeah, he's dementia because of
So hard.
alcoholism. It's
Right.
not like something that he did it, he just drank himself into dementia.
Hmm. And guess who
I
broke
think
the
that
not that there was a cycle, because I guess your parents didn't get that, but
well, my mom
like
still drinks, and like, she sees how much my life has improved from not drinking and still doesn't feel inspired at all to
she
stop.
doesn't think it affects her, probably.
No.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing, and I feel like she should just if she can look at anything alone, she can look at the fact that I lost weight, and that's something that's very important to her.
Hmm.
She really wants to lose weight. I feel like she could just like look at that and like take that and run with it, because I feel like that is the one puzzle piece that is holding her back, because she works out, she eats right, she has my dad doing it. Like obviously she's of a certain age,
Right.
and alcohol isn't going to help that, you know? So she's working really hard, and it's
And
I know. I was really disappointed to find out that my life got better when I stopped. I was really bummed.
right.
Like it was really like I know it was like, "Oh, cool. I figured this thing out. That's good. I don't get to do my favorite thing."
Yeah.
You know?
Just have this fucking carrot dangling in front of me at all times, but it's like, yeah, it does suck to come to that realization.
Yeah.
Like this was
I was
actually
like,
super destructive on me.
yeah. And my dad still drinks. So like it's just like it's so regular in that house, and I just don't
Yeah.
see it changing for them. But
Yeah.
it's like she drinks like once a week too. It's not even like she's overdoing it. It's just even drinking once a week sets your whole like alcohol
Mhm.
is poison. It's poison.
It
Every
is
time you
poison.
drink it, it takes 10 days for alcohol to just fully leave your system, like to get your brain
Wow.
and line back up and everything.
I didn't know
Yes. Yes. So,
that.
like, even if you're a person who only drinks like once a week, you're staying in that kind of state of drinking, you know?
Mhm. That's interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't like notice any real changes until like 3 weeks in. Like the first 10 days, oh my God, I wanted to drink all the time.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. Like that's so hard. People don't understand how hard like substance abuse is, or like substance addiction.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking hard. Your fucking brain takes over and it's like, no, this you have to do this.
Yeah.
You have to. And you
Yeah.
have to be like, no. At every
That's
second of
so
every day
funny.
for a little while. Be like, no,
No.
I
Well,
don't have to
even
do this.
today, so I've been really bored at home the last couple days because I'm not very productive like the first couple days of my period.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
just like, oh, you
No.
know?
No.
And so I haven't been doing anything. I've just been like hanging around gaming, catching up on Drag Race. And I was
Yeah.
like, these are the days where I would just go get Korean barbecue in the afternoon, and I would have myself just a grand afternoon by myself because Rajul's been working a lot.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, I didn't realize how much time I spend by myself not talking to anybody.
Mhm.
Like just full days by myself alone in the house. Like that really drove me to drink a lot.
Yeah.
Because then I would just FaceTime you guys and I'd be drunk
Yeah.
and I'd be like, ah.
Yeah.
But like today he was like, you guys gonna have a long filming day. Remember when you guys used to do your drunk episodes? I was like, oh yes. Like I miss those.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Those
those
were
were like
fun.
those were really fun, but I always fucking hated the next day. Like the next
Yeah,
day, like my serotonin was awful. Like I didn't feel good about myself. Like it was just bad. But
totally.
the day during,
Fun. Right.
just drinking with my bestie on FaceTime,
Just shit
making a
talking and
video,
yes, just like,
love it.
yeah.
And then I get to take a long nap after. After the nap is when everything goes downhill. As soon as I wake up from the nap, I regret my day.
And then you're on DoorDash or whatever.
And then I'm
Like,
on DoorDash trying to order something so that I don't feel a massive hangover the next day.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you for
Thank you,
breaking
thank you,
that
thank you.
fucking
Cycle, baby, because it is.
Yes.
I
Right.
don't argue that my parents are alcoholics. They're higher functioning in a sense that they can like stop drinking, but are they doing it every fucking week? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes you an alcoholic either. But
I think that I think our dependence on alcohol as a society is fucking crazy. Like
yeah, so I
why
think that they're definitely dependent on it for certain things.
to have fun?
Or just like it's like their classic, like, oh, it's the weekend.
Yeah. It's my treat.
Yeah, like I'm just, I want
Yeah.
to loosen up around the family. Motherhood's hard.
Right. Which it is
You
so
know,
hard because yeah.
like I feel like I am my mom with wine, but with weed. Like she used to drink
Totally.
every night. Yeah.
Which is
Oh, I
annoying.
remember when my dad used to live overseas. There was like a full year that my dad lived in the United Arab Emirates, and then
Yeah.
we joined him the next year. But for a full year, my mom was home with me, my brother, my sister, who was like
A
one,
baby.
like,
Right.
yeah, a baby. Like I was changing diapers, girl. So like a baby, and my dad was overseas. And so that was really, really hard for her. And I didn't at the time as a kid know, like as an adult now, I can look back on that time and see how dark it was for her. But at the
Mhm.
time, I was just like, I would get home at around 10 p.m. from like my boyfriend's house or whatever. And I would walk up the stairs and she'd be passed out in bed. And there'd be an empty wine bottle next to her bed. The TV would be on. And she
Mhm.
wouldn't be tucked in. So I would like tuck her in and I would take her wine glass and her wine bottle downstairs and like rinse it out for
Just like
her and like turn
straight
off
out
the
of a
TV and just like
movie.
tuck my mommy in.
Yeah. I had
Go ahead.
similar experiences with my mom. But it was like wasn't so gracious with her. I was like, "You're fucking annoying. Stop. It's too
But I
much."
think it was because your mom didn't internalize. I don't know. I feel like your mom just wanted to drink to have like a good fucking time, and like
Yeah.
she could be a little obnoxious in that kind of sense because she got like louder, more intrusive in business in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
Because my mom doesn't do that. My mom does not share. It doesn't matter how inebriated she gets. She's not a sharer.
Mm.
Like she would never tell me how
Interesting.
she was feeling. So, and that makes my relationship with her now difficult because I don't really
Yes.
know her very well.
Yes. I can understand that for sure.
Like I know my experiences with her, but I don't know anything about her childhood. I don't know anything about, like, she just doesn't share. So
Right.
when she was going through that, I didn't know. It wasn't like a big deal. It was just like she was passing out earlier.
Mhm.
And I could tell that she was uncomfortable. So I wanted to make sure that like I just like cleaned that up and did that. And
Yeah.
it wasn't even something I really thought about. Like I
Oldest
didn't even think
daughter.
like, oh, mom, like, oh, she's drunk and passed out. It was just like, oh, this
You
isn't what
forgot about
mom usually
this.
has on her nightstand. Like
Yeah.
she usually just has water here. So I'm gonna take these downstairs,
Aw.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
so
she was dealing
sweet.
with a lot too. She was working at a home for like emotionally disturbed girls, and like she was like
Oh
a
my
teacher for those girls, and like one of the girls that she worked with was like kept in a cage for 10 years.
god.
Like
Jesus fucking Christ.
crazy stories. She would come back and just like unload those stories on me and my brother, and we're just like,
Yeah.
what?
That's like, dude, I remember my high school boyfriend's dad telling me about like stories from the Marine Corps in the Middle East.
Bro, that's not okay.
I was like, whoa, I'm 16. Why are
No,
you telling me
please
about this? I can't.
stop
And
it.
yeah, like, wow.
No.
Well, thanks for sharing
What
that.
an episode. We've
I
been on a
know.
journey today. What did we talk about? The government.
We talked
We
about
talked about
a
alcoholism. We
flag
we talk
race.
about that a lot now, but
Yeah. Period.
man,
We're
we
so
talked about
grateful.
you being the safest, warmest place.
Stop. I love you so much. Thank you. Yeah. We're so grateful to everybody who listens to and watches
We are.
this podcast. So if you're still here
Yes.
listening, thank you so much.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next week? Question
Yeah.
mark? We'll see.
I think so. We
You
will
never
see.
know. It's always an exciting time here over on Two Girls One Bong. All right. Make sure you like, sub, show this podcast to your grandma. And
do.
I'll see you next time.
Period. Love you.